Yes. What's going on, America? It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. But yeah, it's been a little bit because look, man, when I get stuff, I ideally would like to shoot a video like directly after getting it so I can have my genuine reaction to whatever I get on camera. And sometimes that doesn't always work out, okay? So sometimes I get things, and if I can't film a video immediately, I'm not gonna film it because I don't feel like the urgency to do so. But today it worked out. So we're filming because guess what, man? I get off work, I'm in my car, I open up Facebook, I look at the Scream Ghostface Enthusiast group, and I see somebody posting that they got these at Spirit. And people were wondering, like, are they gonna be at Spirit? Are they gonna be at Party City? I was looking around online to see which person I'd want to go with online to get one, because obviously I need one. Yeah, I'm a Scream guy. But yeah, I saw they had them in Spirit, or at least hopefully they would. So I drove over to Spirit, and when I walked in there, I did not see it, but I did see this, and I did want this. I'm not a huge fan of the ultra white mold. It's my least favorite Scream mold, but I did want this because it's glow in the dark. It's cool, and I do have one ultra white from like 2015, so it doesn't glow in the dark. So I was like, well, I can justify spending $13 on this, and it's got like a plastic thing on the inside to kind of help hold the shape of the face, which I may use in something else to help hold the shape. But yeah, as I was checking this out, the girl was like, yo, we got the dirty one in the back. And I was like, you got the aged mask? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, can you bring them all out here so I can sift through and find the ideal one? And she was like, 1 minute. So she came back and she had like 8 of them. And I was like a kid in the candy store, man. I probably looked like a freak because I'm like, going through the mask, looking at the different paint. But this is the one I ended up choosing. To me, it's fucking sick. The paint was like consistent on all of them. It's just the shape of the face that I was really looking for. I'm kind of like a sucker for the sunken in type shape. Some people like, when it sits kind of more the nose out. I like the nose kind of sunken in. It just has like that Gen 1, Gen 2 look, in my opinion, or just like older Scream mask look. So yeah, this is the one that I ended up getting, and I'm pretty fucking stoked with it. I think it's sick. I wish I would have had it 2 weeks ago when I got to meet fucking Skeet Ulrich. I actually had him sign this, which is pretty rad. I sounded like a humongous nerd talking to the guy when I watched the video back. I'm not gonna be including that in this because I sounded that fucking stupid. But I'm stoked about this. But it would have been cool to have like his signature on this. But hey, what can you do? But gnarly. Yeah, I love it. For $17, man, you really can't go wrong. Especially, like with people doing the customs, like they'll do a custom version of this on the 25th anniversary. But they're rightfully so, they're charging some hefty money because they put some work into it. Whereas this looks good enough for me. I don't need to spend $200 for an aged mask. I'm okay. I'll spend $18 for this because this looks sick. And it's pretty similar to the zombie. Let me get the zombie. So as you can see, they're kind of similar. Like clearly when they did this, they ripped off the 2018 Halloween trilogy, which is okay. It looks cool. It doesn't make any sense. This is not what would happen to vinyl after 20 years of sitting somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. They do look pretty similar. I always thought that this also like kind of inspired the 2018 look because it's got that thing to it. But the zombie always pissed me off because it has like the vinyl still in the eye right here, and just like it just doesn't look that great. So this badass. This okay, but this is like a 2013 one, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, no, I'm stoked about it. Turned out good. If you don't see him at Spirit, just like ask the person if they have him in the back or something, because us Scream fans, we're always flooding stores and buying everything up, so who knows. But I guess at this point, let's throw it on some different lightings and some different situations, and we'll see how it looks, okay? This is my cat Loomis, named after Dr. Loomis and Billy Loomis. But overall, man, in my fluorescent lighting, paint looks good. I will say the mouth, as you can see, there's kind of some overspray here, but you know what? You really don't notice that with how dirty the mask is. I think they did a pretty damn good job of just like getting the color and all those lines, especially like this area and just all of that. And like it It looks good, man. It looks better than how like the 2018 Michael masks are still coming out. So whatever Funworld did or chose to do, they did a good job. I'm stoked about it. Like I said, you know, 18 bucks, you can't go wrong. It's made with a black vinyl too, which is kind of cool, and it's relatively sturdy. It's pretty thick, not crazy thick, but pretty thick. But yeah, I think they did really good, especially for the price. Really, really good. And it's not like directly cast from the mask that was used in the movie like Trick or Treat Studios does with everything. That'd be sick, but they did their own sculpt, which I believe they just did off like their current Easter Unlimited like style mask. I could be wrong, I don't know. I don't think there's any like solid info on who did this or what they did to do this, but it turned out good. I mean, to my eye, it looks spot on. It looks fantastic. So yeah, I mean, come on, look at that. So, as I always do, let's throw him in some crazy color lightings and some dim, shadowy stuff and see if he looks spooky and cool or not. See, even just this, where I really didn't alter the lights that much, I'm loving the shape of this guy. Like I said, it really just gives me that Gen 1-y kind of sunken in, lopsided eye vibe, which, you know, since this is supposed to be Billy's mask, that would make sense that it would be a Gen 1 mask. Looks fucking gnarly though. Let's bring it lower. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Yeah, man, this thing definitely looks good when you bring the lights down low. This is still pretty bright. I still got the bright light to the right over here, but I turned off like my main living room lamp. And even just that really gives it some nice shadows. The cracking in the forehead looks cool. Looks spooky. Let's get it darker. This man looks spooky in that dark lighting. I love it, and I really do. I'm just loving the way this eye sits. It's so fucking Gen 1-y. Just the way that it's all lopsided. Fuck yeah, man. You can't tell me that's not a little bit spooky. That's a little bit spooky. That's just giving me childhood Scream nostalgia vibes right now, man. I don't know exactly what it is, but I am extremely happy with this mask. Here it is on my mannequin 25th anniversary robe on it. That looks like that because the tag is not coming off. But it is fucking sick, so I may buy another one to untag it and have it on there for a while, because I'm really liking that. The camera doesn't do justice, man. Like this guy looks cool. He's fucking sick. Yeah, man, that side profile, sick. Especially because he's got the sunken in nose that I've already told you guys that, you know, I like that sunken in nose. Come on, look at that. I tend to always have this purple light on when I'm gaming and just watching movies at nighttime and shit. And I like how he looks with the perp. It looks cool on him. It's my new favorite Scream mask, probably. Well, maybe. But it's up there. I like this a lot. Steal of a deal, dude. Go to Spirit right now and get this fucking mask. Well, my friends, that about wraps up how I feel about this mask. I think it's a fucking 10 out of 10, dude. Funworld nailed this. They all have looked pretty good from all of them that I've seen online. You know, they're not all fucked up like the Halloween Kills masks were and stuff like that. So, hey, props to Funworld for doing that, especially at this price, you know. Halloween Kills mask, when that came out, $70. This, $18. Yeah, it's awesome. Don't overpay for it on eBay, because you can basically find these anywhere, man. I know you're eager to get it. I get it. But don't pay double, triple, you know, quadruple the price that these actually cost, please, because there's no need for that. Don't feed into these scalpers who fucking buy up all the Scream stuff and try to resell it for crazy value. Also, a fun thing, it still has that vanilla smell like they put on the 25th anniversary, so I like that they kept that on here, because obviously that's not on the ultra whites or anything like that. But you know, that smell for us old school collectors or people who grew up with this in the early 2000s, you know, it's one of the most nostalgic smells. Even though what they have on here in the 25th anniversary, it's not exactly the scent, but it's close enough that when I sniff it, I'm like, ooh, childhood, simpler times. But yeah, dude, Scream 6, I love the movie. Sure, the reveal is not the best thing in the world. It's probably the weakest point of the movie. But otherwise, I love the fucking movie. And I'm very happy to add this aged mask to my collection because Funworld's badass. So, yeah. That's all I got to say about it, man. Get it immediately. And maybe I'll see you eventually sometime soon. Peace.